Our purpose of today is to be able to bring about this indigenous renaissance. And are we doing a good job? Just want to make sure. Education is definitely the key factor of what we're bringing here today, for things that you don't know or to reinforce the things that you do know. And I have a brother that I want to bring today. He's always come with us as far as the Monopoly Opera, Ramaru, and we always let him bless the room with what we call universal physics. So I'd like to introduce the Elder 360 to come up and give us a synopsis of his universal physics. And y'all give a hand to my brother.
Good afternoon, family.
Good afternoon.
What I came to bring you today is something that I didn't read from a book, nor did I hear from the lips of another man or woman. It was revelation that I received in meditation. And the same illustration that intelligence that governed the entire universe used to enlighten me is the same information that I will give you. What I came to do today is to bring you the most powerful technique in the universe. The most powerful technique in the universe. I have cussed people out when they came to me and told me, say, brother, you got to bless your enemy. You got to bless those who despitefully use you. You know, bless those who curse you. I said, man, get away from me with that white man tricknology. I said, that's just something to keep black folk passive so they won't fight back. You know, we were revolutionaries then. This was in like 1972, you know, and but in 1977, some information was given to me in meditation that proves that when you bless your enemy or bless those who curse you, you're using the powerfulest technique in the universe. Now, here's the facts, universal facts, that was given to me that actually led me to that conclusion. I will talk about three things. One, the law of repetition. This law makes everything in creation repeat the same basic patterns over and over again. The law for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. This law means the same thing that I create on you at the same exact time I prepared to happen to myself. And I was talking about the willpower. This entity is the only entity that has the ability to make things manifest or materialize. This is why we have the saying, where there's a will, there's a way. Not my will be done, but thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven, or let thy will be the will of God. So I'll start off with the law of repetition first. The illustration that was brought to my mind is that intelligence that governed the entire universe brought my attention to creation. Showed me that winter, spring, summer, and fall repeat themselves every year. The earth rotates in a circle. The planets rotate around the sun in a circle. We eat and get hungry over and over again, drink water and get thirsty over and over again. Everything that grows from the ground eventually returns back to the ground. Day and night take the place of each other over and over again. We go to sleep and wake up over and over again. We give off carbon dioxide. Plants take in the carbon dioxide and convert it into oxygen. We take in the oxygen and convert it back into carbon dioxide. What goes around comes around. Everything made by man or woman, the car, the computer, the light bulb, the telephone, all the machinery, does the same basic thing over and over again. So if that intelligence that governed the entire universe told each one of us in here that we could get $1 billion if we can show one thing in the universe that does not have the same basic repetitious pattern or repetitious nature, we couldn't get one dime. Told the truth? And that's without a shadow of a doubt. So if it is impossible to find one thing in the universe that doesn't have the same basic repetitious pattern or repetitious nature, then this means that there is a law of repetition. Now, let's talk about the willpower. The action of willing for something to be, the intent for something to exist. This is what that intelligence that governed the entire universe brought my attention to. The action of willing for a creation to exist must always exist before the creation itself, every time. Before man or woman made all the things that he or she has made, they was willing for them to be. Before this mic got here, somebody was willing to make it. Before that intelligence that governed the entire universe created the sun, the moon, and the stars, the will for them to exist existed before they got their existence. So, if we told everybody on the planet that we'll give them $1 billion right now, if they could do this one thing, nobody could get one dime. Show us a creation created by any living thing that existed before that living thing willed for it to be. Nobody could get one dime. Now, let's apply this universal fact to it. Everything in the universe is an entity with a purpose that it serves. An entity is one individual form. Each one of us are entities. Each cell that make up our body is an entity. Every atom, proton, neutron, electron, or quark is one individual thing. So if we was told we'll be given $1 trillion if we can show anything in the universe that isn't one individual form with the purpose that it serves, nobody could get one dime. Am I correct? So let's apply these two facts to each other. If everything is an entity with the purpose that it serves, doesn't this prove that the action of willing is a separate action and has its own purpose too? Told the truth, right? And if before anything is created, the action of willing must be used first every time, this proves that the action of willing is a separate action, has its own purpose, and its only purpose is to cause all creations created by any living thing to manifest or materialize. And this is why we have the saying, where there's a will, there's a way. Let thy will be the will of God, and not my will be done, but thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So when each and every individual will for something good or bad to be for another, whether they know it or not, they're using the only force in the universe that is capable of making things materialize or manifest. Last and final fact is this. Everything created by that intelligence that governs the entire universe exists in a variety. If you find one human being, you'll find a variety. One animal, you'll find a variety. One bird, you'll find a variety. One of anything, one atom, proton, neutron, electron, or quartz, you'll find a variety. So if we was told again that we would be given $1 billion just to show anything created by God that doesn't exist in a variety, nobody could get one dime. So this means the action of willing exists in a variety like everything else. Each and every individual here has a will of their own. Everybody in here could will to do something. You can will to sit down, you can will to listen, you can will not to. You can will to drive your car, you can will to go to sleep, will to eat, will to drink water. Everybody can will to do something. So if we was told we'll be given $1 billion if we can show anything created by that intelligence that governs the entire universe that does not exist in a variety, nobody could get one dime. So this shows that each and every individual in here possesses the only force in the universe that is capable of making anything manifest, positive or negative. If there's no will, there's no way. You can't make anything happen without first willing for it to be or having intent for it to be. Now let's talk about the law for every action. There's an equal and opposite reaction. I was asked a question in meditation. The question was this. At what point in time are the things created that I reap? And I thought about it. I said, if I never sown anything, I can't reap it. So for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction, is a reality. The same thing I create on you at the same exact time, I prepared to happen to myself. So here we have three supernatural entities. The willpower, which causes all things to manifest. The law for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction, which make it possible for us to prepare the things that we reap. And the law of repetition, which makes everything in creation repeat the same basic patterns over and over again. Now that had to be explained to me in order for the Creator to let me see what the power of his technique in the universe is. Now, let's add it up. In conclusion, if you have an east side or a west side, a black side or a white side, a Muslim side or a Christian side, say, we'll keep it like this. Say the east side is willing for the west side to be cursed and have misfortune. And the west side is willing for the east side to be cursed and have misfortune. The action of willing is what makes everything manifest. So curses and misfortune automatically materialize. But for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. That means both sides have created a curse and misfortune for themselves to reap. And then the law of repetition will make a curse and misfortune go around for a curse and misfortune. Both sides will suffer automatically without putting forth any effort, without doing exercise and getting in shape, without you going to college for so many years. This automatically happens. Now, say the east side is willing for the west side to be cursed and have misfortune, but the west side is saying to the east side, I will you to be blessed in the way